Hello and welcome to a day in my life. My name is Josie and I have embarked on a writing journey here on YouTube where I am writing a mountaineering revenge thriller novel, and we're currently in the first round of revision. But I live in a really cool place. I have a lot to do today and I thought I might take you along with me. So today we're going to try and get some editing done on my novel between doing different chores for the dry cabin that I live in, as well as going to campus to do some work for grad school. So I live in a dry cabin, and if you don't know what that means, it's basically what it sounds. It's a cabin that's dry, as in it has no running water. And that's not super uncommon in Fairbanks, Alaska, which is where I live, because outside of the city center, there's not a water sewage system, which means that you either have to have a well at your house. Some people have a below ground tank because the ground won't freeze in winter, so you don't have to worry about that and then just pumping it into the house. Or if you're like us and you live in a real dry cabin, it means that you're hauling in water usually in 5 or 6 gallon jugs. So we're gonna have to do that today. But first I wanted to give a quick tour of our dry cabin. So right now we're in the loft. So we've got these beautiful triangular ceilings that make it really hard to walk around the sides of the bed. But it's really cozy, it's really beautiful, and it doesn't hurt that we have probably one of the best views you can get. I mean, check that out. So every day I get to come down in the morning this nice ladder that's not really attached. It's pretty safe. I haven't fallen, and I've lived here for almost 2 years now. And so we get to the bigger part of our cabin, which is where we spend most of our time. So we've got the living area. You're sitting on the couch right now. Jonah's holding you. And then we've got over here, we've got the kitchen. So come on over. This is our beautiful water jug, 5 gallon jug that we use. That's basically the only water in our cabin. And so we'll use it typically just by going like that. Or if you want to fill your water bottle and you're frustrated by how long that stream takes, we'll usually just open this and tip it over. But this is our last water jug right now, so one of the main things we're gonna have to do today is fill up a bunch of these at the water wagon in town, which is a common place for people to go to get their water and use quarters. But we'll show you that later. And then another thing we're gonna have to do today is we need more heating oil. So our home is warmed by a Toyo. That's this guy over here, where we can set the temperature. And outside is a big tank that we then fill up with heating oil. You can get it delivered, but you have to have a minimum amount that you're going to be paying. And so for us, we have a 100 gallon heating oil tank. We would be paying a lot more money, even though they'd only be filling a 100 gallon tank. We go and we use jerry cans and we fill them in town. So we're going to do that today as well. The last thing is, I'm sure you've noticed we live in this one square rectangle location. We do not have a bathroom. So no running water, no shower, no toilet. So yes, in fact, we do have an outhouse, and I'm sure you'd love to see it. So let's put our jackets on. So this is the outhouse. I'm sure you've seen a lot of outhouses before, but I just wanted to bring you here because it's really cool, because a lot of places in Fairbanks that have outhouses actually have this layer of foam that we put down, so that way when you sit and you use the toilet, your butt doesn't freeze. So fun little ingenious trick. So let's go back inside. There's a lot of stuff we gotta do today. I'm gonna take you along with me, but I have a bit of time now to get some writing done before I have to do anything. And so typically I like to get my writing done in the morning before I've got to leave, or in the evening once everything else is done. I feel like that's when my brain feels the calmest and it's easier for me to focus on my writing. There's Jonah dumping our heating oil. Yay, Jonah! Doing such a good job. He's so good at it that I never want to do it because he does such a better job than I do. So now that I'm home, I have an hour or two before I'm thinking about bed. So I've made a warm cup of tea for myself and lit a candle, and I'm gonna try and get some writing done. I didn't really get that much this morning. I did maybe like 15 or 20 minutes before I start getting distracted by emails and my to-do list for the day. So I'm really hoping that now I can just relax. All I have to think about is my writing. Everything else is done for the day. The Mentalist show was kind of interesting. I feel like I'm too much of a skeptic to really enjoy it because the whole time I'm trying to figure out what the trick is, that I don't enjoy kind of the magic of when he reveals that he knows the word the person was thinking of, or that he revealed the card that was correct, or he did this one crazy trick where he took a guy's iPhone out of the case and put it in an envelope and then put 5 more kind of dummy phones in other envelopes, like basically the wooden version of a phone that they used to fit cases to or something. And then they rolled a dice, and every time they rolled a dice, the number that they'd written on the envelope, because there were 6 envelopes, so the one that matched the side of the dice, they like put on the ground and stomped. And that the last one turned out to be his phone that they didn't stomp. So stuff like that. I tried to be a volunteer because it was an event on campus, so it wasn't really that big of a crowd. But I think he could tell that I was skeptic. And honestly, I wouldn't have trusted myself either. I'm the type of person that if he did guess my answer, I would have changed it just to be contrary. So probably for the best that he didn't tempt me with that. But so yeah, we're just going to spend the rest of the evening and try and get some chill writing done. I quit my second 25-minute sprint a little early just because I'm feeling so tired. Today's been a pretty packed day, a little bit busier than usual, especially because we did the evening activity, and a lot of times we'll just like come home and be home a few hours earlier. I was able to get through about 1,200 words edited, so it's not written from scratch. I think I might have rewritten, it's like typed out like 600 or 700 words and then just kept large sections of what I'd previously written when I liked what it was. Thanks for tagging along today. I hope it showed some insight into what it's like living in a dry cabin and what life is like in Alaska as an aspiring writer. And I'll catch you in the next video.